Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. A team led by Minister for Defence reaches flood-affected region of Sulukhumbu's Khumbu Pasang Lam Rural Municipality to take stock of the situation. Recent major aviation accidents in the country pile pressure on the government to move forward the bills to split aviation body into a regulatory and a service provider entity. Gaza ceasefire talks in Doha paused, with negotiators to meet again next week, seeking an agreement to end fighting between Israel and Hamas and free the remaining hostages. And Harry Kane on the score sheet as Bayern Munich thrashed 2nd Division Ulm in the German Cup in manager Vincent Kompany's first match in charge. A team led by Minister for Defence Man Birai has reached flood-affected region of Sulukhumbu's Khumbu Pasang Lamu Rural Municipality to take the stock of the situation. The team that reached Thame includes federal lawmakers, provincial assembly members, chairperson of rural municipality and chief district officer, among others. A massive flood that occurred yesterday afternoon had damaged 20 houses, 1 school building and a health post. The team, including Defence Minister Rai, inspected the affected region. 93 of the affected have been relocated to a nearby community school building. The flood has also swept away a concrete bridge over Dudkoshi River. 1 person has been missing and other infrastructure damages have also been reported. Local police say the incident taking place during daytime had helped avoid greater loss of lives and properties. Locals suspect a glacial lake outburst flood or landslide could be the reason behind the flooding. 7 houses are still at risk of being flooded in the tourism destination Thame. Communication and electricity services in Thame have been disrupted since the flood. The bill to split Civil Aviation Authority Nepal into 2 entities, one of regulator and another a service provider, has been stranded since 5 years. 2 bills, Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal Bill and the Air Service Authority of Nepal Bill, were tabled at the National Assembly by former Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation Yogesh Bhattarai in the Nepalese year 2076. After a long discussion and tabling at the upper house, it was approved. However, the 2 bills are yet to be presented at the House of Representatives. As a result, the aviation body has yet to be separated into 2 entities, which experts say is a demand of time. It is also one of the reasons the European Union cites behind its decision to enlist Nepal Airlines companies in air safety list. The past month, 2 major aviation incidents took place in the country, which has sparked another round of conversation on the bills. The government has hence prepared to table the bills at the parliament that has been collecting dust since 5 years. The bills are currently at the Ministry of Finance. Incumbent Minister for Tourism Badri Pandey has claimed that the bills will be endorsed during his term itself. The government had provided the opportunity of appearing in the chance examination to all students who had failed the secondary education examination. However, of the total 242,000 who had failed the SE, 33,000 did not even apply for the chance exam. Despite a total of 52% students failing SE were provided the opportunity to appear in the chance exam by the government. For this, the letter grading directive was amended on the order of the erstwhile Minister for Education, Sumana Shrestha, based on which students failing more than 2 subjects were allowed the opportunity to appear in chance exam. However, 242,000 who had failed the SE, among them only 209,000 took the chance exam, while 33,000 students did not even apply for it. The Ministry of Education had directed the local levels, schools and universities to conduct coaching classes for the students who had failed SEE. Questions have now surfaced regarding why such a large number of students did not take the chance exam. Even of the students, in fact, applying for the chance exam, 30% did not take the exam of Nepali, 28% of English and 20% of mathematics. Analysts are of the opinion that the students have not appeared for the exams because of reasons including lack of subject-specific teachers along with financial and family reasons. Education experts are of the opinion that such large number of students not making the use of the opportunity was a topic for research. Many have also said that the system of assessing year-long learnings of the students by a 3-hour exams was not scientific and have called for evaluating the entire examination mechanism. 33,000 students not applying for the chance exam is a serious issue and must be investigated. However, the education sector of the country could further deteriorate if timely and adequate attention is not paid towards the lack of subject-specific teachers, assessment of traditional education and evaluation mechanism and political interventions at academic institutions. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why have the 33,000 students who failed their SEE not appeared for the chance exam? Your options are A, fear of failure, B, focused on employment, and C, not interested in academics. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The state has been widely criticized following the death of a male hit by a truck in Gatthagar of Bhaktapur on Thursday. Most of the public have poured their frustrations over the behavior of traffic police and have also raised the issue of drivers' discipline. They have also expressed anger over the practice of traffic police conducting secret checks. Majority of the road accidents have been attributed to negligence of the riders and drivers, but in recent time, the manner in which traffic police conduct checks has also been blamed for accidents. A scooter rider died on the spot on Thursday after being hit by a truck while he was being held by the traffic police in the middle of the road in Gatthagar. The recent practice of installing checkpoints in the middle of the road to find riders has raised the risk of accidents. Traffic police hiding in the bushes to get hold of the riders and the latter trying to escape being fined has both increased the risk of accidents. Based on Nepal police data, 35,404 road accidents have been reported in the past 1 year. On average, up to 97 accidents have been reported on a daily basis, with 2,369 losing their lives in just 1 year. Of the 35,000 accidents in 1 year, most have motorcycles and scooters involved at 19,984. Cars and jeeps have caused 6,800 accidents, trucks and tankers 1,400, and buses have caused 2,193 accidents. There are more than 600 traffic checkpoints across the country where accidents take place as the faulty riders and drivers attempt to escape police action. Based on the police data, 1,750 billion rupees have been collected in fines from the public for violating traffic rules. Unfortunately, the amount has not been used properly. The government has for many years tried to form a separate authority for management of roads and vehicles. Around 4 million registered vehicles ply on the streets across the country, for which just around 5,000 traffic police have been deployed at the moment. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces regarding the factors of traffic rules that should be considered. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
जेब्रा क्रसिङहरु हेर्नु पर्यो अब सानसानो बच्चाहरु अब स्कुलको टाइममा बच्चाहरु हिँडेको हुन्छन् बुढाबुढी हिँडेको हुन्छन्
ट्राफिक कार्यालयबाट दिएको सिग्नलहरुलाई पनि फलो अप गर्नुपर्छ लाइटहरु भयो क्रसिङ गर्दा त्यो भयो ओभर स्पिड नगर्नु पछाडी गाडी आउँदै छ कि छैन लाइट दिनु पर्यो जेब्रा क्रसिङ हेर्नु पर्यो मान्छेहरु बाटो काट्दै छन् कि छैनन् विचार गरेर हिँड्नु पर्यो बाटो अब कतिको जाम छ खाली छ भनेर हेर्नु पर्यो लाइटहरुलाई फोकस गर्नु पर्यो दायाँ बायाँ हेरेर गाडी हेरेर बाटो काट्ने हो गाडी आउँछ गाडीलाई हेरेर हिँड्नु पर्यो नियम पालन गर्नु पर्यो जेब्रा क्रसिङबाट बाटो काट्ने र बाटो काट्ने क्रममा दायाँ अथवा बायाँबाट गाडीहरु आइरहेको छ कि छैन त्यसलाई चाहिँ मध्यनजर गरेर कुन साइड जान लाग्छ भने इन्डिकेटर्सहरु बाल्ने त्यसपछि साधनमा चढिरहेको बेला मोबाइलहरु प्रयोग नगरिकन हिँड्ने फर्स्ट अफ अल चाहिँ सवारी चालकमा लाइसेन्स हुनुपर्छ
Gaza ceasefire talks in Doha paused with negotiators to meet again next week, seeking an agreement of end fighting between Israel and Hamas and free the remaining hostages. In a joint statement, the US, Qatar and Egypt said Washington had presented a new proposal that built on points of agreement over the past week, closing gaps in a way that could allow rapid implementation of a deal. They said mediators would keep working on the proposal. On Thursday, Israel and mediators began the latest round in months of talks to end the war in Gaza, which has killed tens of thousands of Palestinians. Palestinian militant group Hamas was not directly involved but was kept briefed on the progress. In Washington, Biden said a deal was much closer than before the talks began. A senior administration official said the latest negotiations were the most productive in months and negotiators will reconvene next week in Cairo, hoping to conclude it. Meanwhile, the UN has called for a one-week ceasefire from both sides after the first case of polio detected in Gaza. UN's Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for parties to the conflict in Gaza to provide concrete assurances guaranteeing humanitarian pauses in order for a polio vaccine campaign to be conducted. He added that it will take a week to vaccinate the more than 600,000 children in Gaza. Passengers were being screened and fumigation was being carried out at the Jinnah International Airport in Pakistan's biggest city, Karachi, after country's health ministry confirmed at least one case of monkeypox virus in a patient who had returned from a Gulf country. It was not clear whether it was of the new variant or the clade that has been spreading globally since 2022. According to a press release from headquarters Pakistan Airports Authority, the Director General Health Sindh, accompanied by the airport manager and the Director of Airport Health Services, visited Jinnah International Airport to evaluate the screening protocols implemented for the monkeypox. The press release said that the officials were briefed on the administration's commitment to rigorously applying the guidelines established by the National Command and Operations Center, adding that they addressed the screening processes for all passengers arriving in Pakistan via international flights and examined the isolation rooms set up by the Border Health Services for travelers showing potential symptoms. The release further said that in this designated area, the travel history and symptoms of these individuals are evaluated, and if symptoms are detected, samples are collected for PCR testing as reported to them. The WHO on Wednesday sounded its highest level of alert over the outbreak in Africa after cases in the Democratic Republic of Congo spread to nearby countries. A fistfight broke out in Turkey's parliament yesterday when an opposition deputy was attacked after calling for his colleague jailed on charges of organizing anti-government protests, but since elected as an MP to be admitted to the assembly. Video footage showed MPs for the ruling AKP party rushing in to punch Ahmed Sikh and the lectern and dozens more joining a melee, some trying to hold others back. Blood spattered the white steps of the speaker's podium. Attali was sentenced to 18 years in 2022 after being accused of trying to overthrow the government by allegedly organizing the nationwide Gezi Park protests in 2013, with philanthropist Osman Kabala also now jailed and 6 others. All deny the charges. Despite his imprisonment, Attali was elected to parliament in May last year to represent the Workers' Party of Turkey. Parliament stripped him of his seat, but on August 1st, the Constitutional Court declared his exclusion null and void. The Deputy Parliament Speaker declared a 45-minute recess after the fistfight. The TIP also called for Attali's release from prison. Though not often, brawls are not unheard of in Turkish parliament. In June, AKP lawmakers scuffled with pro-Kurdish DEM party MPs over the detention and replacement of a DEM party mayor in southeast Turkey for alleged militant links. The UN yesterday welcomed the decision by Sudanese authorities to reopen the Adre crossing from Chain to Darfur. UN Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Haq, in a briefing with reporters, said that it is the most effective and shortest route to deliver humanitarian assistance to Sudan at the scale and speed required. Sudan's Sovereign Council said on Thursday that it would allow the use of the Adre border with Chad for 3 months, a move long awaited by aid agencies seeking to send aid into areas of the Darfur region that are threatened with famine. Global monitors say that more than 6 million people face food insecurity across Darfur, which is mostly controlled by the Rapid Support Forces, the army's rival in a 16-month war, and that famine has taken hold in North Darfur's Zamzam camp. The army-aligned government blocked aid deliveries in February through the Adre crossing into territory controlled by the RSF, alleging that it was being used for weapons deliveries. UN experts found earlier this year that allegations that the RSF had received weapons deliveries from the UAE through Shad were credible. The UAE and RSF denied this. Aid agencies have said that the prohibition on using the crossing, physically controlled by the RSF, is stranding thousands of tons of aid in Shad, as the army's only approved crossing into the region, Al-Tina, has been inundated by heavy rains. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.